Hi, my name is Jesse King with BEC Legal Systems. In this short video, I'm going to walk you through the very basics of LegalBar Templates. LegalBar Templates give you the ability to efficiently produce very professional and uniform documents. To start off, we'll look in what's called our Firm Template Organizer. So right here on my Home tab in Microsoft Word, I have a button right here titled Firm Templates. If I click on my Firm Templates button, it takes me out to my LegalBar Template Organizer. This is where all of my LegalBar templates will be stored. Over on the left-hand side of the screen, you can see I have a folder structure that helps me organize my templates and put them into a folder that makes them very easy to find when I need them. So we'll start up here at the top. The very first folder is Firm Templates. Firm Templates, which is the top level folder, is where I keep all of my most basic and most commonly used templates. So you can see in my Firm Templates folder I have a fax cover sheet, my letterhead, and my memorandum. So those are the three most commonly used templates. So I keep them right out here on top, so there's no extra step to find those, no extra click. I see those as soon as I come into my template organizer. Some of the other folders that you'll see under Firm Templates will be things like forms. So all of my firm forms would be stored in here. I have labels, so all of my Avery labels or client legal file labels, all of those that are used throughout the firm will be stored in here. This is also where I'm going to keep my pleadings, so things like bankruptcy pleadings, federal pleadings, U.S. Court of Appeals. Those will all be stored right out here as well. My next top level folder is practice groups, and under practice groups I have a folder for each practice group in my firm. So estate planning will have their own folder that will contain things like last will and testament. You'll have your durable POA, all of the different templates that the estate planning group will use. So this makes it very easy to go through and just find the templates that you need when you need them. The folder structure that you see here is fully customizable, so your firm can set this up in any way that you like. What you see here is a very common folder structure, and you can make this as deep as you would like. So if estate planning has quite a few templates, we don't want to just throw them all in here. We can have subfolders under estate planning that will separate my folders out even further and make finding what I need even easier. So fully customizable folder structure makes it really easy to find what I need. Now I'll go ahead and show you how some of these templates are going to work. I'm going to start with Letterhead. Letterhead is the most basic of the templates. It's the most commonly used of the templates, so it's really a great place to start. To go into my Letterhead, I can either double click or select Letterhead and click OK down here in the bottom right hand corner of my screen. So I'll go ahead and just jump into the Letterhead here. I get what's called the letter information screen. So I went ahead and opened my letterhead, which is a document behind my letter information screen here. But what the letter information screen is going to allow me to do is put information into my letter before I actually generate that document. So I can come in here and put things like my send to information, my greeting, my subject line, all of the information that would normally go into a letter. What's nice about this screen is I can put in as much or as little information as I would like. If I don't want to use the screen, I can simply hit finish and go ahead and just fill out my letter the way that I always would. But if I want to use these tools, I can. So for example, I want to put in my send to information. So name, title, company, address, all of the basics. I can either manually type this in, or I can use Lucy. Lucy stands for lookup contact information. So that's going to link me back to my Outlook contacts, so I can pull a contact into the screen and not have to manually type. So I can go ahead and click Lucy, pull up all of my Outlook contacts, or if I work for an attorney, I can pull up that attorney's contacts, select a contact from in here, and hit Insert Contact. Okay, so that's going to pull in the name, the title, company, address, and all that information for me without having to actually manually type that in. So that's a nice little time saver right there. Next is my greeting. So is this letter going to say Dear Jesse or Dear Mr. King, or however you want to set it up. So you can see I have radio buttons right here, so I can say Dear, I want to use title and last name, and I can select my title from a drop down over here. So I'll go with Dear Mr. King. Then I have my subject line. So if this is going to be case specific, I can type in my case number right here, and that my array line or my subject line will populate with that information. I then select my author. So I'll choose Lori Danford here from my author list. What's nice about this is when I choose an author, it automatically pulls in things like author phone number, author email, that author's preferred closing, so whether they like to use very truly yours or sincerely, whatever they like to put in there will automatically be populated. Then you have the basic options like enclosures or attachments. We have some other tabs up top, so you can go over here and put whether it's personal and confidential, privileged and confidential. If there's any special delivery options, you can add those over here. Here's your closing, so it's going to pull in that preferred closing I was telling you about. So Lori likes to go with Sincerely Lori Danford, and she also pulls in the firm name. And then you have your author preferences, so you'll have the author's email, direct dial, fax number, all that information that gets pulled in here, and your subject line formatting. So do we want to underline our subject line? Do we want bold and italic? Do we want to format it with capital R, capital E? Do we want lowercase e? You actually use the word subject. So lots of different options that we can choose from here. Now once we fill in the information that we would like to fill in, so as much or as little as we'd like here, we have a couple of options. I can click finish, it'll go ahead and format my letter and I'll be done. Or I can click save and actually save what's known as an autofill. The reason that I would save an autofill is, say for example, I know that I'm going to send another letter to Jesse King in the future. I don't want to have to come in and put this information in again. I want to go ahead and save it so it'll do it for me. So I can click save right here. Put in an autofill group and an autofill name. Now, let's say, for example, Jesse King's opposing counsel, and I'm working with him on 4 or 5 different cases. So what I would want to do here is set it up so I can easily find the letter for the case that I'm working on. So I would put Jesse King's name as the group name, and then the case number or the case name as the autofill name. And I'll show you what that looks like in just one second, but I'll go ahead and save that. And we'll finish this letter. So I'm going to go ahead and click finish now. You can see it's going to format my letter for me, put in all of the information that I specified. So I'll zoom out so you can see this here. So I have my logo, my letterhead up here at the top. I have my date, privileged confidential, hand delivered via messenger, my send to information, my ray line, my greeting, my closing, enclosures down here at the bottom. And my cursor's already set up so I can go ahead now and start typing my letter. Okay, so very simple. Now, let's say it's a week down the road and I need to send another letter to Jesse King. Remember, I saved that autofill. So instead of going through that process again, I can go to the bottom half of my Firm Templates organizer here, and I have a new option called Letter Autofills. So I can click on Letter Autofills, and you can see it just takes me to a select autofill group. So this is that top level that I was talking about. So my group name is Jesse King. So I'll select that group. So I want to send another letter to Jesse King. Now within this group, I can have multiple autofills. So I can have an autofill for this particular case, and I can have autofills for 35 other cases if I wanted to. But I'm going to go ahead and select the one that I just saved for now, so this case number right here. And you can see it's going to go ahead and build the letter for me. So all of that information that I already put in here gets pulled back in with my ray line and everything I need. The date's automatically updated for me, so I don't have to go through and change dates or anything like that. And I get a nice fresh start, so I don't have to worry about opening an old letter and deleting the body and changing the date and changing the headers and footers and everything else. I can just go into my autofill. It gives me a nice clean slate to start from. It updates the date for me. Don't have to worry about deleting the body. I get a nice fresh start. So that's a very nice feature, and hopefully it'll save us a lot of time.